4 minutes, but it should stay at 4 minutes if I do it now. David Davis.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. I have to say I agree with every word of what the Honourable Lady has just said. She made the point that we took this through the House in one day, and it was in fact an unnecessary bill, because it was already, the powers already replicated inside the contingency, the Civil Contingency Act 2004 and the 1984 Public Health Act. And that wasn't just the opinion of myself on that day, on March 23rd, it was also reiterated by the Speaker's Council, who actually wrote the Civil Contingencies Act, so it makes the point in terms. Now, some improvements will be made in this proposal, in what's in front of us today, and that's good, but as she herself said, we had forced quarantines, effectively house arrest for the whole population, schools shuttered, cancelled elections, lone doctors being allowed to section people, an astonishing removal of civilities, families being unable to hold the hands of their loved ones, dog walkers in Derbyshire being embarrassed, people being told, being stopped because they had coffee on a walk in the park.
Shocking.
This is not the sort of thing that is policing by consent in the United Kingdom. And as she made the point, 292 cases brought by the police, not one stood up. Not one. That is an astonishing statistic. We should remind ourselves every day this act is in place that that is the case. But the other point, which she didn't make much of, but I think is important, is that the point of accountability, the point of bringing the government back here, and any government, by the way, not just this government, the point of bringing the government back here is to improve their decision-making, is to make them make the right decisions. And we have just had an astonishingly thorough report from 2 select committees which has made the point that the government has made mistake after mistake after mistake. Mistakes that cost thousands of lives. I mean, the one that leaps out at me is the treatment of care homes, but that was only one part of it. The triaging system, all of it led to thousands of lives being lost. Those mistakes might not have been made if the government had to justify every element of its strategy throughout this last 575 days. And what I said back on March 23rd, that this was an unnecessary bill, I believe still today. And I would agree with her that the way to do this is to rewrite the whole thing from scratch.
Munira Wilson.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy